Знову доброго дня.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. We continue our working day. As always, at this hour, we'll speak to Colonel Lysenko about the situation in the east of Ukraine. Please, the floor is yours.
Доброго дня, шановні.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Despite the fact that Ukraine complies with Minsk agreements and we pulled back heavy equipment from the line of separation, the enemy doesn't stop military provocations and shelling upon our positions. Yesterday there were 5 shellings upon our positions using Motor 122 and 3 cases of artillery and 5 cases when they used armed vehicles, BMP and tanks. Points of hard points on Mariupol direction, Shorokin in Chermalek and Donetsk direction, Opitne and Avdiivka and Mayorsk near Horlivka, Luhansk not far from Svetlodarsk, and in Luhansk it's villages on Novobashkivsky and Sukilnik on Bakhmutska highway. During the last day, there were two drones observed near Krasnotelivka on Luhansk region and not far from Mirne on the south from Donetsk. During the last day, as a result of combat activities, 2 Ukrainian military men died and 4 wounded. According to intelligence, the leadership of gangs of the GAN DNR, they put into complete readiness other units and they call back militants that are on vacations in Crimea or treated in the Russian Federation or somewhere else. The enemy spreads rumors about the beginning of active battles and the advance on controlled territories, and they blame ATO that we disrupt. We do not comply with Minsk agreements. On occupied territory, the technical trainings of the enemy militants, they used BMP and there was shelling in movement and on steel, and they were trying to overcome mines. Not far from Alexandrovsk, Russian terrorist troops, they had trainings and they used a Grad system to train Grad system. Near Donetsk airport, they train also the units, and that is the unit of Batman. And they train how to advance with the support of armed vehicles and the number of people on checkpoints of militants up to 25, 3 times more. And they threatened the life of OSCE monitors. Yesterday, during the regular patrol of OSCE to the territory which is under the control of illegal formations, DNR, militants stopped the vehicle of OSCE on a checkpoint not far from Shorokina. Whereas the report of the mission says militants opened the warning fire and they used a heavy automatic gun and at one of observers who came from got out of the car to negotiate, and any threat to OSCE mission and limitation of their freedom is a crime, abuse of Minsk agreements and international law. Yesterday, in cooperation between our military men and OSCE, there was a special mission of the Military Committee of the National Council of Defense, and it was headed by the President of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko, stated that it's important to cooperate with OSCE and that it cooperates with ATO and on issues of recording real abuse of ceasefire by the enemy and also liberation of hostages. They should be near Donetsk airport, Avdiivka, Pisky and Shorokina. Russia continues to provide supplies, military supplies to militants, and they use the route Zvarina, Luhansk. There was a movement of a column of military equipment of the enemy, and there were up to 10 tanks. To Debaltseve, which is under control of illegal military formations, they continue receiving military equipment, wagons with ammunition and with fuel. At the same time, among enemy, they have fights, and there's fights between LNR and troops of units of Cossacks of Войска Donskoye, and in Perevalsk there could be battles between them. That is occupied part of Luhansk region. Ukrainian soldiers continue trainings, and they get necessary combat skills on the center on the train in the training center in Lviv region. They finish training those who were mobilized during the second stage of the fourth wave of mobilization. The training takes a month, and during the first 5 days, the military men get theory. Once part of trainings is in the field, and on the training field in the Zhytomyr region. Estonian delegation of armed forces of Estonia, they visited, and they participants of ATO, they demonstrated very good training skills in shooting using small arms, vehicles, and tank weapons. Estonian officers praised the level of training of Ukrainian armed forces, and they told Ukrainian officers and instructors are real professionals who train mobilized well. Local military production continue repairing equipment for our armed forces. Recently, they fixed 257 units, 45 armored vehicles, and 212 cars or trucks since the beginning. They repaired 22,000 units of ammunition and military equipment. Also, as a part of work of MOD and charity funds, our military men received more than 1,000 medical kits produced in Ukraine.
All of them have been already given to servicemen which are in the ATO zone. All over Ukraine, there are anti-terrorist measures which continue. In Kharkiv, the Security Service of Ukraine detained the citizen of Russian Federation with the nickname Tereza, who was the part of the banned Ministry of State Security of DNR. She is suspected in organizing some explosions in the city in the beginning of 2014. She was an active participant of Kharkiv so-called anti-Maidan. Then she was enrolled into a band which was coordinated by Russian special services. As instructed by her chef with the nickname Dog, she came to Kharkov in February this year to collect intelligence and organize diversive acts. In her apartment, the security service found the self-made explosive military ammunition and anti-Ukrainian symbols. The deputy communist of one of the local councils organized a diversion group in Dnipropetrovsk region. He was giving information about movement of Ukrainian military equipment, and he was disseminating this information via social networks and was planning to organize some diversion acts in Kryvyi Rih. During the search, the grenades F1, the weapons and computer equipment with materials that confirmed that he was working for the enemy were confiscated. Ukrainian law enforcers are confiscating ammunition in the zone of ATO. In Donetsk region near Mariupol, 28 pieces of ammunition were found in the waste. These were the shells which were designed for infantry personnel carriers. In Avdiivka, the law enforcers also confiscated from local citizens the anti-tank mine. The criminal said that he found this mine near the river and kept it to use then later. With that, this piece of ammunition was in the private sector and was very dangerous for local citizens. The Ukrainian militiamen helped their colleagues in the east of Ukraine. The workers of the transportation militia will send to ATO zone the Easter cakes, which will be sent to ATO zone. In Lviv, people brought to one of the churches many products which are traditional for the Easter. The initiators of the action hope that they will this way support the military spirit of the servicemen. The humanitarian assistance continues to come to the east of Ukraine. 2 trucks with humanitarian assistance came to Stanitsa Luganska via the checkpoint Novaydar. And that is the assistance from the International Red Cross to local citizens. At the same time, the militants are robbing the occupied Donbass. They continue to dismantle and transport to Russia the equipment of the companies from occupied territories. We mean the Lugansk plant of rolls and Zuivsky energy mechanical plant, which is close to Kharkiv, which were providing jobs to thousands of people. And one more story about Ukrainian military who defend Ukraine at the front line. Volodymyr graduated from Kharkiv University of Air Force, named after Kazhedub, in March instead of June because of the speedy graduation. Immediately after that, he voluntarily submitted documents to serve in ATO zone. At the checkpoint in Popasna, he was appointed the commander of the platoon of National Guard. The lieutenant says that is the correct way to do it. Volodymyr is from Lvivsk region, from the family of military. The elder brother of Vladimir received the status of participant of military actions. He has been in ATO from the first day. Another brother, the captain of armed forces of Ukraine, and their father also served in aircraft defense. Lieutenant decided to go to ATO zone. At home, his wife and small daughter are waiting for them. He will see them only before the next rotation. The relatives understand him. According to him, after the graduation, it was not just him, but 10 more friends of his went as volunteers to the units of air mobile troops. Thank you. If you have any questions, please ask. No questions. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.